Now that is how you win a game. A full court shot at the buzzer in overtime gave Chisago Lakes a 1-point win over Becker. It turns out that wasn't the only buzzer beater that night in Minnesota. Well, David Schumann is going to talk us through 2 miracle shots.
1.5 seconds left, down 2 in overtime. A quick pass, then
for some reason, there was just something in my head that was saying, like, I feel like this one's going in. If I'm getting the ball, it's going up.
Patrick Rowe capped off a 43-point night with the shot that gave his Chisago Lakes Wildcats a win.
Fans coming out of the stands, got buried right here by a bunch of people. It feels great. It's awesome. I mean, after so many close ones, to really be able to pull one out, no matter how it happened, I mean, it's a great feeling for the whole team.
Patrick actually doesn't love all the attention he's gotten because of the shot. He's much more comfortable here, back at practice, getting to work.
Wildcat basketball is a priority, and it's always the priority for him, and that is why his teammates are getting him the ball and trust him in moments like last night. He's gonna grunt. Get it in there.
The Wildcats had more to talk about Wednesday than just Patrick's shot. They heard about what happened in Pequot Lakes. Eli Leposki, a senior, drilled this wild three-pointer to give varsity a last-second victory. Just goes to show how much talent Minnesota's working with, but no one ever does it alone.
Shout out to my teammates and definitely to my coaches for really supporting me throughout the game, because I was struggling there for a little bit, but really ended strong, and I think that's all that matters.
In Chisago Lakes, David Schumann, WCCO 4 News.
Brian Cosgriff built the Hopkins girls basketball program into a dynasty. He stepped away from head coaching for a couple of years, but made his return this season. Only this time is the head coach of Hopkins' rival, Minnetonka. Mike Mack shares the story of his comeback to coaching and tells us why it's more about family than the game.
Brian Cosgriff had already accomplished everything at Hopkins High School: state championships, the Hall of Fame, and too many Division I players to recall at one setting. After 2 seasons away as an assistant and a broadcaster,
take your time, get your shoes on.
He came back as a head coach to the rival.
I really want to have a good practice today.
Accepting the job at Minnetonka High School.
It was a great move.
The team is winning despite a key injury and young roster, but that's not why he's here entirely either. At every practice and every game, sitting at a table is a special assistant coach.
Yeah, Andy just updated the personnel file for the scouting report.
His younger brother Barry suffers from MS and has been with him for 23 seasons. His right-hand man.
And whenever I think about, I want to get out of this, no, I think about my brother, because he loves this stuff, and I want to do whatever I can to support him.
Barry has been inducted into the Minnesota Coaches Hall of Fame as well, a rarity for an assistant. He keeps candy handy for the team, organizes everything.
I do. I try to get the scouting report on here, the practice plan for the day.
He's not the only sibling that has suffered. He lost an older brother he grew up with to lung cancer, and his older sister Bridget has stage 4 ovarian cancer.
She hasn't gone a weekend without having to throw up or lost her hair, and she's got a blood clot on her lung, and she's the toughest person I've ever met.
Family is what brought him back. A diversion, yes, but providing a younger brother with a daily purpose.
He watches over me like a sheepdog and makes sure that everything's okay. It means the world to me. I mean, with MS, my world's kind of slowed down for work. So this is what gets me up in the morning, gets me out of my house.
The first time he played against his former team, it did not go well. The goal is to change that in time. But in the midst of that potentially heated rivalry, there is so much more. A brother who makes the comeback to coaching worthwhile.
No, I think about my brother, because he loves this stuff, and I want to do whatever I can to support him.
He and Barry will prepare for their former school, but winning a game is not the ultimate victory. They've already put the biggest W in the family scorebook.
Just the fact that we can spend time on a daily basis together is huge.
That's our show. We hope that it lifted you up, maybe even inspired you to do some good. You can see more of those heartwarming stories every week on their Sunday morning show at 7 on WCCO TV. And if you have an uplifting story that you would like to share, we would love to hear from you. Submit your story to us at wcco.com/uplift. Thanks so much for being here. We'll see you next week.